Hello, you want to do that in a easy development and rapid deployment with help of Agile and DevOps tools. Then you have to watch my this video. I'm going to explain you in a step by step, starting from the development, continuous integrations, continuous delivery, and continuous testing, followed by the using that in any cloud or on premises. So let's start. First of all, you have to set up that in your team, and with help of the tools and technology, you can start your development process easier. So let's say we have a administrator, developers, or any other users. So as a developers, they will be start using the tools technology like in let's say it's a Java developer. So they will be used that in Java JDK with respective versions. Then any one of the editor in part of a development. If they are from .NET backgrounds, they will be used that in a .NET tools and technology, followed by the continuous integrations. You have to start it with help of a continuous integrations. Once the developers, they will be checking the code, it will be go to that in any one of that in a repository, and then it will be there in the centralized system, and followed by that in a continuous integrations tools like Jenkins. It's going to help it out and many more. Then continuous delivery process, it will be like you are going to do that in a deploy that in applications into the respective environment, or you are going to do that in a changes. So you can use that in a configurations management tools like ansible packer for creating that in a images for image based solutions, and terraform, as we know, it's a widely used tools for infrastructure as the code. Once these are the development, continuous integrations, and continuous delivery is going on in after that, you can do the continuous testing as well with help of a selenium, jmeter, junit, and many more. So again, you need a different environments like in development, QA, pre-productions, and productions. So where you will be do that in deployment, so we have you can think of like on-premises solutions, or you can choose that in a cloud-based solutions. So in cloud-based solutions, you are free to go and use that in Amazon, Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, OCI. It's depend on that in what budget you have and what kind of services you are looking for, for your applications. So these are the teenage like in tools technology we have, and we are going to talk in details. So let's say in DevOps tools, these are the DevOps tools which are definitely going to help it out for the developer points of perspective, continuous integrations perspective, continuous delivery, and continuous testing, followed by the cloud. And uh, that is just a note. These are the not a only limited tools, but these are the set of tools which falls under that in a different categories, which help it out to doing the development easier and deployment faster, followed by that in a managing that in a configurations management or infrastructure as the code, or you can see that in by that in a single button click, you will be able to deploy that in your applications. Once you will follow that in a, these are the tools and technology and process what we are going to talk in this video. So let's talk one by one. Let's say if you are the Java developer and you are going to develop that in a applications in the Java, you have a options to choose the Java JDK 11, 17, 14, or 20, and now 21 is also going into that in a coming September 2023. So these are the like in Java developments or JDK tools. So JRE, you can use it for your development perspective. Then for tools like in Eclipse, IntelliJ, Visual Studio Code, and many more other editor are there, which is going to help it out for doing that in a faster code, because in with help of this code editor, you will be get that in a idea about that in how we are going to like in configure it, where you will be easy to write, you will be get the formatting, color code, check styles, and many more. All you have to do, just first you have to use that in respective editor, and then you have to install that in plugins for that. After that, in continuous integrations, any one of the tools you can use that in a, for as a repository. Let's say we have a Git, Bitbucket, Azure repos, GitHub, GitLab, and many more. Some of them are like in a free, some of them are like in a paid. It's depend on that in your project specific. So you have to plan it accordingly and use it. Then you can choose that in a tools like in for how you are going to build it. Let's say this is the Java applications. Maven will be work very well. Other options we have a Ant, Gradle, and which will also going to help it out. But Maven is widely used. Then we have a sonarqube for aesthetics code analysis. If you want to use it, you can have that in like in get for that in a CAD quality coverage, where you will be see that in how about the percentage of your code was written as a test case. So many more these tools will be give you that in an idea. We have a community editions for the sonarqube, and I have uploaded several videos on that. Then we have a nexus which will be help it out for it's a nexus is not only limited, you can also use the jfrog as a artifactory where you are going to place that in your build system like in jar war file and er file that you are going to and you can use that in with help of ansible to go and deploy. Now then we have a jenkins. So jenkins is a continuous integrations tool which with that tools which will be run the jobs automatically. You can write that in a jenkins pipeline code, jenkins job which will be work on that in behalf of you. So there is a no manual interventions required that as soon as developer check in the code, it will be going to the Bitbucket or repository system. Automatic triggers will be happening to the Jenkins, and then respective build system, unit testing and test build system, it will be started and it will be create the artifacts which will be stored into that in an access. In between, you can parallel, you can configure that in others as well, like in doing the deployment with help of Jenkins into that in development environment, QA pre-productions and productions. So that kind of a parallel jobs also you can run with help of writing the Jenkins file. I'll be also explain that in a video where you will be see that in all in details of the Jenkins and how you are going to use that in Jenkins for doing that in a automations. After that, in continuous delivery sections, we have like in tools like in Ansible, but Ansible is not only the options to do the configurations management. We have a widely used tools like Puppet, Saltestech, and many more. But the Ansible have their one benefit, like it's a agentless and have that in a like in faster configurations management, following that in a several templates and easy to deployment with help of Ansible in the cloud or in that in a on premises as well, right? So you can use that in this configurations management tool, and it's easy to learn. For that also I have several videos in my channel, so you can also watch it. Then in that in continuous delivery also we have a tools like Packer. So what is the Packer? Packer is that in a tools designed and developed by that in Hasicap, and so but these Packers only work on that in a image based solutions. So if you want to create that in a image based solutions, let's say you have a image or you want to make your software artifacts and everything, then do that in a backing part of that in a everything you will configure into that in image, and with help of auto scaling and load balancer you can attach to that in your particular target group or launch configurations which will be run that in your application. So again, Packer help it out a lot for creating that in a image or doing the automations of the image. Then the Terraform, of course, it is a widely used tools as a infrastructure as a tool. So Terraform supports for the multiple clouds, including that in Amazon, OCI, Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, and many more. Almost 1,000+ provider is there for the Terraform, and Terraform is again open source and paid versions is also there. But open source it work for the well for that in almost all organizations. That is one of that in my favorite tools. What I use to learn and like deliver that in for or like in share my knowledge to that in like in others, and that is definitely a widely used tools we have in that in a market. Okay, so for that also I have a full course video into that in my channel, you can watch it. Then we have it continuous testing. Continuous testing, you can use the tools like in JMeter, Selenium, JUnit, and many more. Again, it's depend on these are the just a few tools I have mentioned it. So again, on basis of your uses, you can use the continuous testing tool, which will be help it out to give you the feedback faster, and that it will be definitely bring you that inequality of that code. So again, in terms of on-premises or cloud, that is also possible. And cloud, again, we already talked. You can use the Amazon, Azure, Google Cloud, or OCI, followed by the Alibaba or IBM. Again, but it depend on that in your budget, but these are the options we have in that in a market. Okay, so now, in this video, we are going to conclude it. You have to just follow that in a agile, which is going to be give you that in a, like in how we are going to start your development, how we are going to use the tools technology for continuous integrations, then how will be use that continuous delivery tools, and then continuous testing, that it will be help it out to doing that in your deployment development util deployment process faster and giving you the feedback faster, meaning whatever's failure will be occur, it will be give you that in a in right time instead of going into that in a productions. Again, for DevOps tools, these are the in a few set of tools I have mentioned it. There is a many more DevOps tools we have. Let's say Azure DevOps is there, Amazon DevOps tools are there, like in code commit, code build, code deploy, and many more. Azure DevOps have their own tools and technology. So I'm going to share you that in all those are in that in my another videos, where you will be get that in details about that in each and every tools and technology, and then you will be have a good understanding on that. Only thing is that every day just try to learn that in any tools and technology, and definitely you will be mastered in that in a upcoming or few months. So please remember, you have to learn that in any tools and technology, whatever you like in terms of a development perspective, in terms of a continuous integrations, continuous delivery, testing perspective, or cloud perspective. I believe that definitely will going to help it out. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe it.